If you thank you. So I'm just going to introduce myself. My name is Robin Sullivan. I'm a teaching and learning strategist with the University at Buffalo Libraries. And I'm going to let my co-presenter Cherie introduce herself.
I'm Cherie Van Putten. I work at Binghamton University and I'm an instructional designer. Go ahead, Robin.
Okay. So this is the URL for our slides. We have a number of resources that you might want to check out afterwards. So if you want to grab that, it's a bit.ly link, bit.ly/mtech-opened20. And we'll get that into the chat for you.
Yeah, I have that in the chat for everybody.
Great, thanks. We also want to mention, we realize that Open Ed has done a great job with captioning, and there's also another option for live caption services. Web Captioner is a free resource, and you can go there and get live captioning just by going to that site and hitting the caption button. So I'm going to turn it over to Cherie to get us started.
Okay, there's a lot of tools out here. We have this little collage of different tools that are available to people. And if you get comfortable using one, invariably something is going to change in that one, and maybe you don't like it anymore. Or maybe it was a free model and you wanted a free model because you wanted to make sure it was something that other people could use and they didn't need to worry about a cost. And maybe now it has a cost associated with it. So we constantly are on the lookout for new tools, and technology changes too. So we're constantly finding new things, and then we need to sort of weigh them and decide which ones are going to be good to use. And what happens if you're like a non-techie person? So what we did was the whole idea of MTech MOOC is to teach people how to choose, like what they need to do to learn how to choose which tools work. And we also curate a lot of tools as well. So this is a discovery learning experience for people. It helps them choose the right tool for the right job. They learn about their digital identity and how to protect it. And they also develop a lifelong learning toolkit so that when tools do change, like they do every couple months or years or however often new tools come around, that they know how to look at a tool and assess whether this would be a good tool for them. And they learn how to explore different tools as well. So this is a learning opportunity. Whoops, I'm looking at my slides too. Robin, you can go to the next slide. So it's a learning activity for everyone. We started it with our faculty and staff in mind, and we've had faculty and staff at different SUNY schools use it for themselves and then also use it as part of a course. So maybe they have the students do one of the week's work, or they have the students complete the whole project. So I'm going to turn it over to Robin, and she's going to explain more about how it works, and she's going to talk a little bit about how it's an OER.
Okay, so just wanted to kind of frame our discussion here around how you might use the MTech project as an open educational resource in itself, and also how you can use the resources within and the learning that you gain by participating to help create OER, whether it's you creating an OER as a faculty member or an instructional support person at your campus, or whether you are sharing the MOOC activity or the resources directly with students so that they can have kind of a toolbox to create open educational resources of their own. So a campus or a faculty member or a campus is free to adopt or adapt the entire project to implement and modify everything in there that was created by the SUNY team is Creative Commons licensed, and we are certainly looking for collaborators. So if anybody would love to connect with us to help improve the project further, we are more than open to have conversations about that. In addition, the MOOC can be used as a course activity, whether it's used at some faculty in the past have asked their students to complete the entire MOOC. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And some faculty have just given portions of the MOOC, one module or one activity or some of the resources to their students as part of course assignments. The MOOC and the Wiki would be a great resource for campus career centers and also for student success initiatives. The biggest thing I think for the OER audience that we are talking to today is to be able to use the MTech Wiki to find tools and resources to create open educational content. So the project has two main components. One component we call MTech MOOC, and that is a Coursera-based massive open online course. And through this course, we provide a supportive online learning community. You can see a screen of the MOOC on the right side. And this project has been put together by a large team of faculty, staff, and students from across the SUNY system. The SUNY State University of New York system has 64 campuses ranging at all levels. And we've had great collaboration and support through some grant initiatives that were provided through the SUNY Provost Office to create this. The Coursera environment, if you have not yet taken a MOOC, the Coursera platform is just like any learning management system, very much like Blackboard or Moodle or Desire to Learn. The side of the screen has a menu where you can go through some of the readings, some of the videos. There's discussion forums, quizzes, also some interactive activities that utilize some of these freely available emerging technology tools that we promote through the project. And the MOOC has 5 different modules. They can be taken in about an hour for each module, but if you really get into it, there's a lot of resources you can discover and explore. You can really spend many, many hours in the MOOC. But basically about 5 hours, you can get through the entire thing. And the MOOC is divided into the different modules. Lifelong learning is the first module, and that's pretty much a very important underlying concept to the entire project. As Cherie mentioned, you need to be able to be a lifelong learner to keep pace with all the changes in technology. You might get really involved in using one type of technology tool. Something happens and it either goes from a free tool to a freemium payment, or it maybe just goes away completely. You need to be able to understand the principles behind the technology and be able to use your searching knowledge to find appropriate alternatives. The other parts of the MOOC focus on the 4 C's of 21st century skills. Those have been identified through the National Education Association as the skills that employers desire most in the people that they hire. Those are communication, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking. So once you complete all 5 modules, the rewards that you would achieve if you go through the course is you would be able to create a personal e-portfolio. And the portfolio will be changing in the very near future to an optional activity. You'll have a choice between creating a personal portfolio or a private learning journal. As you go through each of the modules, you're prompted to go through a discovery exercise. In that discovery exercise, you choose a technology tool or resource that you would like to explore. And we ask you to go in, create an account, and do a hands-on activity and actually create an artifact that you put into your portfolio. And you also put a reflection in that portfolio. What did you learn? What did you think about your experience? How will this tool or resource be useful for you? In addition, anybody that completes the MOOC is able to earn a SUNY Coursera certificate of completion and also digital badges. The digital badges and the Coursera certificate are available for free for anybody that's part of the SUNY system, or even alumni and affiliated partners with SUNY. Anybody else is welcome to go through the entire course for free. Only if you want to get that tangible certificate and the badge that you can put on your own portfolio or social media, then there's a small fee to participate. But everything could be done without a cost. The biggest reward that we hope learners gain by going through this activity is the intrinsic rewards of being a lifelong learner. So the second component of this project is the MTech Wiki. And the wiki is a socially curated collection of freely available technology tools and resources. Right now we have about 500 different tools and resources in there. And we started with about 150, so it's socially curated. The public is welcome to contribute resources and tools. And this group here that I'm talking to through Open Ed, I'm positive that you have tools and resources that are freely available that can be added to the wiki. You don't need to enroll in the MOOC to add resources. You can just go to the wiki, and I'll talk about that in a second. The wiki is used in those discovery exercises in order to complete the assignments to create the artifacts for your portfolio. And very importantly to point out, the website is also available as a standalone resource. You can just go there and search for the items that help you meet your needs. So when you come to the wiki from the Coursera platform, you are actually steered towards the different modules. So if the blue stripe across the center has the 4 beginning modules, the last module is to summarize your learning and finalize your artifacts. So if you come in to the wiki from the communication and collaboration module, it automatically takes those 500 tools and starts to filter them down, helps you make choices. So it helps you determine what are the tools that help you communicate and collaborate. And then you can use those filters that are on the right side of the screen to start narrowing down further. So we've tried to identify some objectives that might be appropriate for that section. So in communication and collaboration, you might want to communicate with other people. You might want to create a professional identity. You might want a collaborative tool, or raising awareness, or even just sharing information. So you can select those and it will start narrowing down the collection even further. And in addition, you can use those filters to select different categories. So you see there's a few on the screen. There's accessibility, audio, blogs, e-portfolios. We have about 40 different e-portfolio tools. In that collection, there are a big section on open educational resources. I think we have 60 different collections or tools that relate directly to OER, photo galleries and collections like Flickr and Google advanced image searching, a bunch of others. There's stuff to create simulations, video, and you can see some of the other ones that are listed there. In addition, there is a search box. The search will allow you to put in keywords to narrow down even further. If you know you're looking for a tool, you know the name of the tool, you can put it in there. If you're looking for something about captioning, you can put captions in the search box. So it's hopefully a sophisticated way to narrow down on the tool that's going to best help you meet your needs. So this is a wiki. And we will get the URL into the chat. It's a really simple one to remember. So if you remember the SUNY URL, State University of New York, it's suny.edu/mtech. And Cherie will get that into the chat for us also. So the wiki is able to be contributed to even if you are not in the MOOC. So you just go to the site, hit the contribute menu, log in. It does require a separate login, unfortunately. But once you do create an account, you can add a tool or a resource. It is a moderated wiki. So before anything goes live, Cherie or myself or other members of the team do have to say, that it's a good resource or that it's within the scope, I think is probably the biggest thing that we look for of using a freely available tool for teaching and learning. And we might change the formatting a little bit, or if we have more information, we might modify it, but it is a public available wiki. In addition, you can rate the tools. You do not need to be logged in to rate the tools. So this will help you on that side menu. You can also sort by the highest rated or just by the ones that are most popular. I think popularity is probably a little bit more telling right now because a lot of people are not making the biggest use of our rating system, although we hope that that will improve over time. So we do want to share just a small selection of the resources that are in the wiki and how they could help you to either create OER or locate OER. And so let's see, the e-portfolio tools. One thing we do stress throughout the MOOC and throughout the wiki is that if your campus has an enterprise supported tool, for example, at my campus, the University of Buffalo, we use the Blackboard ePortfolio tool. So we do stress that if you have a tool that your campus supports, that's the tool you should gravitate towards. That will allow you to seek their technical support. There is no technical support available through the MOOC, just the community of learners and the ability to help you learn about the ability to find information that will help you meet your needs. So the option to apply Creative Commons is also something that you can find. There are resources to teach you what Creative Commons is, and also Creative Commons databases to find Creative Commons licensed materials. In addition, there's a lot of catalogs on open educational resources. Many I have learned today have made it to my add to the wiki bookmark folder, so I will be adding some new ones. Please help me and get them in there before I can. That would be really appreciated. In addition, we talk a lot about accessibility, how to use alt tags, there are website testing tools that are in the wiki. And just want to get through a couple more examples here. So under communication and collaboration, there are resources to learn about using Google Documents and timelines, concept maps. In addition, there's a number of web conferencing tools that we share through the site. And video streaming. How do you post to YouTube? How do you post to Vimeo? How are TED Talks an open educational resource, and how might they be useful to learn a particular topic? Creativity is one of the other modules, and in there we have a selection of presentation tools. There are graphic editing tools. Pixlr is one of the tools that I'd recommend checking out if you don't have access to Photoshop. It's quite an expensive license. Pixlr is a freely available graphic editing tool that will help you do 90% of what Photoshop can do. In addition, there's a number of video creation tools and animation tools. And also to increase engagement, gamification is pretty popular also.
We would like to give our attendees a chance to ask questions now.
Okay, give me just 1 second. I just got one more slide to get through and then we can take the questions there. For critical thinking, you can also look for charts and ability to make infographics. In addition, there's a growing selection of simulation tools. So, okay, well, we can take some questions here. So please feel free to open up your mics and ask a question. You can also enter them into the chat. And we do have time, I believe there's 15 minutes after the hour that we can stay online and ask any questions or answer any questions.
Just a quick one, Robin. Thank you very much for your presentation. I was in and out, so I may have missed this. Your MOOC, is it self-paced, so I can say embedded in a program that I'm running and I have maybe to do it at any time, or is it done at specific points in the year?
Very good question. So the MOOC does have 5 modules, and the Coursera platform used to have specific start dates and end dates. The module names are still organized by week 1, week 2, but it is very self-paced. The day you get to Coursera, it says, oh, great, the MOOC is starting today. And then you're given deadlines to kind of keep you on track. But if you miss those deadlines, you just can keep resetting them and resetting them. So it is very much self-paced.
Okay, great, thank you.
And a lot of people, some will start the MOOC, maybe get called away because life and other priorities take their interest, and then they'll come back weeks or months later, and they're able to pick up exactly from where they left off. So I do have one more slide I'm going to squeeze in here, and since the questions are not coming extremely quick, but I do want to share this selection of links, and it's also available on directly on the wiki website. We have announcements and some emails, a 1-minute video trailer. So if you want to share this information with faculty at your campus or students at your campus or your organization or school, please go to the wiki. That's the URL again, suny.edu/mtech. And it will allow you to go to the About menu and find a bunch of ways to share information about the project. So I would hope that others have some questions for us or comments. We are always looking for new collaborators. We've done some publications and research on the project and would love to see others kind of take the data that we've collected and try to see if they can tell a story through there.
I'm going to stop the recording and allow you to have the room for the remaining 15 minutes.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.